Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wheels from West to East. I've just come back from vacation in Bulgaria and I brought back something which I had quite a hard time finding here in France. This is a jar of vine leaves which are used to prepare a dish which is probably more Greek than Bulgarian. But anyways, I'm gonna show you how to prepare those after the break. Right, so here's what you need to make this dish. The dish actually is called vine leaves Sarmi. I don't think that this can be translated in another language. Probably the Greek or Italian maybe have another word for it, because they probably are also making this dish. But for this video I'm just gonna be calling these small packets of meat that I'm gonna be making Sarmi. So yeah, whatever. So yes, you'll need vine leaves. These are vine leaves from a jar. So as you can see, there's quite a lot. I'm not gonna use all of them because this is really a lot. So I'm just gonna use as much as the rest of the ingredients will suffice for, and the rest I'm gonna put in the fridge. So you can do the same if you buy this in a large jar like I did. So other than that, you'll need some ground meat, an onion, some rice, and a little bit of spices like salt, Paprika or Savory in English, black pepper and paprika. So that's about it. Now I'm gonna start the preparation by cleaning and chopping the onion in small, and then we're gonna move on the oven to prepare the stuffing for these leaves. Alright, so the onion is ready. I'm gonna put it in a frying pan now, where I've preheated a little bit of olive oil and water. So a bit too hot maybe. Wow. Yeah, should have preheated less. Okay. Alright. So I'm just gonna leave it here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the rice next. Alright, now that the onions become a little bit softer, I'm gonna add the rice here, mix it up, and I'm gonna wait a little bit more, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, for it to soften up and become transparent, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients all together. Okay, now I'm just gonna add the spices, and finally the meat, salt, and savory, paprika, and freshly ground black pepper. We'll do it. I'll mix it up and add the meat. If your meat is too hard to break, use a little bit of water to help it mix with the rest of the ingredients. So once everything's well mixed together, you're gonna leave it for about 10 minutes on medium heat for this to cook, and then we'll continue. The meat is not ready, the stuffing I mean. I'm gonna leave it for a while now because it's still very hot, and I have to use it to stuff the vine leaves with. So yeah, you have to leave it for it to be at a temperature that won't burn your hands when you do it, because you see how it's done, but you have to use your hands to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna come back to it in maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, now that the stuffing is cooler, as you can see, it doesn't burn me. So I'm gonna continue with the recipe. You will need a cooking pan like that, non-sticking if you have one. So first of all, you should take a couple of the leaves and put them at the bottom of the pan to protect the sarmi that we're gonna make. If you have some broken leaves or something like that, you can use them. If not, just use just a couple, so that the finished sarmi won't touch the bottom of the pan directly. So, like that. Okay. And now the messy part. This is a bit like the stuffed peppers, if you have seen the video. What you want is to take the leaves gently. You see that there's one side, maybe you can't see it on the camera, which is more reflective to light, I don't know. So put it to the outside, like that. Then take a bit of the stuffing, put it in the center. Don't put too much, because you want it to be nice and tight when done. So just have to judge it by yourself depending on the size. And then you try and make nice little bundles like that. Maybe a bit bigger, you can put a little bit more, but I should have probably put a little bit more, but anyway, you try and close it well, and then you put it down in the cooking pan, sorry, with the side which closes everything downwards. So I'm gonna make another one. Try and put a little bit more this time, a little bit more stuffing. So yeah, the bright shiny side outside. Probably the best way to fold these is like tortillas. If you have had some tortillas, like you fold the bottom and then the left like that, the right, you hold it all together, and finally you fold the top. But yeah, it's a bit tricky and messy, so you have put a little bit too much. I'm gonna remove some. If you can do that if you have to. So yeah, fold it, make sure it holds together, and put it next to the one that you've already made in your pan. So I'm gonna repeat this process until I'm out of meat, and then I'm gonna show you how to finish this. Okay, so we're almost done. This should be the last one. As you can see, there's quite a bit left of the leaves. So as I said, you can always freeze them if you got a freezer, which everybody should have nowadays. There it is. Don't worry if they don't have a special shape or anything. Most of mine are triangular like that, some sort of a heart shape. So there you have it. I've put them all on 2 layers, I think, in this case. So now what you have to do is take a plate which fits your cooking pan as well as possible, and gently put it on top of it like that. It should hold the bundles, the sarmi, in place. Next you take some water and slowly start covering the sarmi until they're completely covered in water. Don't put more water than that, it's unnecessary. So I think this This will take my whole half a liter. Yeah. Alright. You can probably see it. They're covered like that. And just add a little touch of olive oil for the cooking pot. So that's it. Then you gotta close it and put it to cook for about 20 to 30 minutes on medium heat. Just make sure that it doesn't boil too hot, because the boiling water will break the sarmi in small pieces, which is not good at all. So keep an eye on it while cooking, and keep the heat to low medium temperature. Don't worry about it not cooking, because the meat is already being cooked basically. This part of the cooking process is just to soften the vine leaves a little bit and make everything mix well together. So that's it. I'm gonna put it on the oven now, and when it's done I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Alright guys, here's the final ready dish. As you can see, I've removed the plate that was covering the whole thing. So not much has changed visually, but yeah. Now the way we normally have this in Bulgaria is you just put them in a plate, you add just a little bit of the juice in which the sarmi have cooked, and we add a bit of Bulgarian yogurt. So I'm gonna use the replacement here in France. So this is just a taste. You don't have to do this, but it's always nice to do it like that. So that's it, more or less. If you end up with not enough juice, sorry, you can always add some more water for the next time you reheat the dish. This way the juice will take some of the taste, and you have enough to have your next serving. So that's it. I hope you like it, and see you soon at What's to Eat.